Hello everyone. So in today's video of chapter chemical bonding, I'm going to talk about limitations of valence bond theory and molecular orbital theory. Limitations of valence bond theory. Before limitation, I wanted to talk about valence bond theory it is quite important also. It introduced us the delocalization of electrons over the two nuclei, shielding effect of electrons, covalent nature of bond, partial ionic nature of covalent bond, and the concept of resonance and connection between the resonance energy and molecular stability. But at the same time, it is having some limitations also. Valence bond theory explains only the formation of covalent bond in which shared pair of electrons comes from the two bonding atoms. However, it is not explaining for the formation of coordinate covalent bond, where the electron pair is only contributed by one of the bonded atoms. Next is oxygen molecule is expected to be diamagnetic according to valence bond theory. The two atoms in oxygen molecule should have completely filled electronic shells having no unpaired electron to the molecule, making diamagnetic. But experimentally it is proved that the oxygen molecule is paramagnetic having two unpaired electron. So this theory also failed in explaining the paramagnetism of oxygen molecule. And another limitation is valence bond theory does not explain the bonding in electron deficient molecule like B2H6, in which the central atom possesses less number of electron than required for an octet of electron. Now, molecular orbital theory. Valence bond theory told about the covalent bond, and according to it, the overlapping of half-filled atomic orbitals give rise to the formation of bond in between the two atoms for the formation of a molecule. This theory was quite successful and gave the description of the formation of bond in large number of molecules, but in some molecule it gave incorrect descriptions also. And because of this, another bonding description, that is molecular orbital theory, has been introduced. Molecular orbital theory gave the accurate description of the electronic structure of molecules. The concept of an orbital is introduced by quantum mechanics. We have learned in structure of atom. And the quantum mechanical wave equation is differential equation, and its solution is called wave function. And we all know the square of wave function give the measure of probability of finding an electron within the certain region of in space of an atom, which is called atomic orbital. Molecular orbital theory does not concentrate on the individual atom. It used to consider the molecule as a whole rather than the atom for the bonding. According to molecular orbital, the molecular orbital theory is the property, or you can say molecular orbital of a molecule is similar to what an atomic orbital to an atom. For atom we used to talk about orbital or atomic orbital. For molecule we are going to talk about the molecular orbital. Molecular orbital can be depicted through the square of wave function that gives the probability of finding electrons within the certain region of the space in a molecule. Like atomic orbital, molecular orbital also have energy levels and definite shapes. Now, formation of molecular orbitals. According to molecular orbital theory, the formation of molecular orbitals from atomic orbitals is expressed in the term of linear combination of atomic orbital, or LCAO. Formation of molecular orbitals can be understood by considering the interference of electron waves can be constructive or destructive. That means if the wave are reinforcing each other or the wave are cancelling each other, what will happen? When two atomic orbitals are combining or they are reinforcing each other, that means addition of wave function happen. That means bonding molecular orbital will form. Whereas when wave functions are cancelling each other, then the subtraction of wave function happen and anti-bonding molecular orbital will arise. Bonding molecular orbital have lower energy than the atomic orbital. Anti-bonding atomic orbitals having higher energy than the atomic orbitals. In bonding molecular orbital, the large electron density is observed in between the in bonding molecular orbital, the large electron density is observed in between the nuclei of bonding atoms than the individual atomic orbitals. For example, this is the molecular orbital diagram here, where this A atom is combining with this B atom having wave function. These two atomic orbitals are giving us two molecular orbital. One is bonding molecular orbital and this one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. This atomic orbital is having one electron, this atomic orbital is also having one electron. When they are giving, after combining, they are giving us two molecular orbital. Both the electron will be present in this molecular orbital having low energy, and this will remain vacant having higher energy. Now, the condition of the combination of atomic orbitals. The combining atomic orbital must have comparable energy. The combining atomic orbital must have same symmetry along the molecular axis. The combining atomic orbitals must overlap to the maximum extent. Greater the overlap, greater is the electron density between the nuclei and strong bond will be formed. Now, the types of molecular orbitals. In diatomic molecules, molecular orbitals formed by the combination of atomic orbitals are of two types. Either it will be of sigma or it will be of pi. According to the nomenclature, a sigma designates a molecular orbital which is symmetrical around the bond axis, and the pi is designates to the molecular orbital those are unsymmetrical. Now, energy levels and electronic configuration. Combination of one s orbital. Two molecular orbitals will be formed, that is sigma 1s and sigma 1s. These two orbitals are symmetrical, that is why we are saying these are sigma type. Similarly, two s orbital will give me sigma 2s and sigma star 2s. Sigma star 2s is anti-bonding and sigma 2s is bonding molecular orbital. The 3 2p atomic orbital of an atom combined with 3 2p orbitals of another atom, giving me 6 molecular orbitals, which are sigma 2pz, pi px, pi py, and sigma 2p star pz, pi star px, and pi star py. Here, for diatomic molecule, except for oxygen and fluorine molecule, according to this we used to write the electronic configuration. And for oxygen and fluorine, we used to write electronic configuration like this. The electronic configuration of molecule provide us the information which are stability of molecule, their magnetic nature, and the bond order also. Now, molecular description of hydrogen molecule. Each hydrogen atom is having one electron, like you are seeing here in the molecular orbital diagram. In 1s of this hydrogen atom is having one electron. In this hydrogen atom it is having one electron. Now these two atomic orbital will combine to give me two molecular orbitals. This molecular orbital is bonding molecular orbital, which is having lower energy, by which the atomic orbital is formed, and this anti-bonding molecular orbital is having higher energy. Both the electrons after the formation of hydrogen molecule will be present in the bonding molecular orbital. So the electronic configuration of hydrogen molecule would be sigma 1s2. Sigma means it is symmetrical. 1s, you are saying it is 1s orbital, and 2 electrons are present in this molecular orbital. If I want to calculate its bond order, it would be bonding electrons minus anti-bonding electrons divided by 2. It is having two bonding electrons, both are present in bonding molecular orbitals, and in anti-bonding it is 0. So 2 minus 0 divided by 2, I will get 1. That means hydrogen molecule exists and there is one covalent bond in between two hydrogen atom. If we experimentally determine the bond length of hydrogen atom's covalent bond, it is 74 picometer. Its bond dissociation energy is 438 kilojoule per mole, and there is no unpaired electron present in hydrogen molecule, so it is dimagnetic. So this is all about the molecular orbital description of hydrogen